Yeah, I love it. And then she was like, yo.
Sunrise right now, like the developers, they bought up the whole design district, and got and they forced a lot of. But I think it's like there's exposure because now it's bringing a lot of creators down over here in the river and raising around Winwood too.
I love it.
So other design, like I have a couple friends that they own like like pretty shoe store, you know, all this stuff like paint shops and stuff, and getting into crazy, you know, like oh yeah, it's this.
And bring it up for me on the podcast.
We will, we're
No,
gonna
for
do
real,
shit.
for real. Bring that shit up.
It's
Yo, what's good? What's good? You are now tuned in to Hip Hop and Politics with Queen Delilah, and we are live from Island 5, Winwood, Copper Bar, Winwood, where it's lit, and we got featured artist Leoniduz from 92 Minds. Tell them what's good, man.
We here, we lit right now.
We lit it, baby. So, welcome, yo.
Yo,
Welcome,
what's good?
Yo, welcome. Let me
What's
get
good,
comfortable.
everybody?
Let me get comfortable.
It's your boy, Mercedes.
It's your boy. It's your boy. I want them to see you good. I want them to see you good. Yes. What's good, fam? What's good to the audience? Shout out to Island Vibes Copper Bar, Winwood. Shout out to all my people, Fabiola, Thrill, Gold Mine in the building, Corey, all my people. Shout out to Zay.
Hold on.
Oh yeah. Corey, yeah. All of them, yeah. Thank you for that. But the audio is so good though, they catch everything like shit. But shout out, welcome to Hip Hop Politics with your girl Queen Delilah, and we are now tuned in, and we got your boy Leoniduz, aka Versetti. So you know what I'm saying? Stay tuned because we talking good shit. Stay in the building. What's good?
What's good? You tell me.
Yo, everything. So your project, I'm loving it. Actually, your music, I'm loving it. But you're coming out with some new shit. We're gonna talk about that.
It's
First
in the
off,
works. I got no new shit coming out. Don't let her lie.
yo, them exclusives that you dropped for me. What are them?
I gave you unexclusive. The rest of them is all out.
Oh, so you ain't dropping none of the shit that you gave me exclusives to?
No, not yet.
Oh my god, I love it. Shit, I'm special. Shit, thank you, boy. Toast to that. Toast to that.
Water.
Water.
Get that
We
water.
don't got no
Agua.
liquor in here. We don't have no liquor in here. But listen, how you feeling? What's good?
Now you tell me. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling great right now.
I'm thirsty.
I'm feeling on my. How Wiz Khalifa said, I'm on my level. Hey, I'm on my level.
So tell me what you've been doing lately. Tell me what you've been working on. Tell me what's good with you. What the hell you working on?
I've been working on life. That's what I've been working on.
You took a break from music?
No, I had to take a break from
No, they can hear you. They can hear you all the way from you can chill.
I had to take a break from music. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Life, man.
Life shit.
Life.
Talk to me. You don't mind telling you don't
I
do
can't
it.
say too much. I don't like say too much.
We got a whole hour. You gonna tell me some
I'ma
shit.
tell
You
you.
gonna tell me some goddamn. You ain't gonna penny pinch no information.
Shout out
on
to
me
my
shit.
nigga Gold Mine in the building.
Shout out to Gold Mine in the building.
Shout out to my dog Mark in the building.
Marino.
Shout out to my Mario in the
305
building.
out here.
Shout out to Marino 305 in the building.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna talk that shit. You gonna talk different. What you been doing? What the fuck been holding you back from me?
Still my.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, talk your shit. You hear it. What's wrong?
Man, it's just violence life and doing this music, man. This shit is risky, man. Especially when you I guess like I said, you out here by your lonely. I mean, I'm not by my lonely. I got my dog with me, but you know what I mean. Like it's just me and him. You know? So we just trying to make this shit out the mud, man. Life get in the way. Sometimes you gotta just focus on yourself.
Yeah, you from the Winwood area. You're from this area. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, born and raised. Well, I was born out of Prada, raised in Winwood. So I know everybody from the town. I know people in Little Haiti. I know people out of Prada. I know people in North Miami. I know a lot of people.
Yeah. That's good that your city knows a lot of your music.
I remember Winwood, the old Winwood, because when you say Winwood now, it's like
talk your shit. Talk about it.
And I'm not from that Winwood. I'm from the original Winwood.
Tell me about the original Winwood. Talk your shit. You know I'm finna instigate. Nigga. Don't fuck with me. You know I'm finna instigate. Talk your shit.
I was born in Jackson. Once you say you were from you born in Jackson, you from Miami. Hey, not Mount Sinai. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, if you Jackson, you from the hood. Well, But which
Omar
one?
said-
Are we talking
Omar
about
said
signing
he's
out on the
going-
beach, or we talking about my signing out over there up north? Oh nah.
Don't claim
Nah.
Roman birthday. Look, niggas
You
is
ain't a hood.
laughing.
You ain't a
Niggas is
hood
laughing
baby.
in the audience.
You only a hood. You only a hood baby in Miami if you born in Jackson.
Nah,
That's
he
a
hood
fact.
adjacent. Hood adjacent is when you hood, but you close to the hood, but you ain't in the hood, but you around the corner from the hood. You hood adjacent.
Hood baby, Jackson born.
He hood adjacent. We fucking with the hood adjacent. So
I was born in Jackson. Then my people stayed in Alabama. Shout out to my old boy. Shout out to my father's Ray Cruz. Shout out to my whole family.
Yeah. Great truth. Yeah, you do have a let me touch on that real quick. You say shout out to your dad. Yo, people don't know that this man is like hip hop legend. Like he's hip hop royalty. His dad, Ray Truth, I actually is and that's not to take away no shine from him, but this shit gotta be noted. His dad actually was the innovator for mambo trap out here. He was bilingual, doing bilingual Spanish hip hop. Like the first to do it out here. You know what I'm saying? And
in the 90s.
yes, in the 90s, in the Wynwood area. And
no, hold on. In the Alapata area.
In the Alapata area. Yeah. His daddy from Alapata. Yeah. His mama, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, from Wynwood coming out here from Dominican Republic, you know what I'm saying? But you like how I put that story together. Y'all gotta check out
Googles.
Yeah, I'm saying y'all gotta check out my damn website www.hiphoppolitics.inc.com where I got the literary piece written for my G. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cause shit, this been in the working, but
now she was right though. My pop started in music. He used to do my pop used to write music he used to ghostwrite for like Spanish bands and shit like that. You feel me? But he was doing he fell in love with hip hop, so he was doing bilingual before it was even a thing. Like before it was even thought of. You feel me? He was rapping in English and in Spanish. That wasn't known back then. You feel me? So if we're talking about 90s. You feel me? In the 90s, who was Spanish rapping? I mean, Spanish rapping in English and Spanish. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't even thought of. You know what I'm saying?
No, true.
So he was battle rapping in the area.
Battle fucking rapping.
Yeah, he was battle rapping.
He had a different name too. It was yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga.
He don't say. He said. I remember he told me this one time. I don't know if it's true, but it was our last name. He was Mr. Gratero. That was his battle. Yeah, that was his battle.
Out of here. I can just imagine that nigga walking up. Just walking up to the site.
So like hip hop or rapping, whatever has to do with music, that's been in my life since I came out the womb.
Yeah. Since he was little, I had the studio already set up, and I and his blood. Yeah. He calls himself the Florida Jit. I love it. So
I am a Florida Jit. What do you mean?
So after your parents, you know what I'm saying, was married and everything, saying you was going down out to the club. Okay, damn, they're married. You gonna let me tell my story, nigga? My version?
It was that hood love.
That hood love.
Hey,
let's talk about that.
She shook her head. She said, "Yeah, I know that hood love."
Let's talk about that. Okay, I like that shit. Hey, toast to that shit. Look, I like that shit. I love me a felon.
She wild.
Love me a felon. So that hood love.
It was that hood love.
And then
my dad was a DJ. He was DJing in the club. He used to take me sometimes on Sundays. I remember that's the only time he used to take the kids to the club to 10 o'clock. You feel me on a Sunday. He was DJ. He's a DJ good. And I'm guessing before how he met my mom. He was just like, yo, he probably sauce like, Dominicans is saucy. You feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
Play this record
and his mama's still fine as hell. I'm just gonna say, respectfully. Shout out.
My mom is really a gang.
Yes. Oh, hell yeah, yo, she really still click clacking. That's the first thing we agreed on. That's when I knew, I got a friend. Yeah, I know his mom. Like, yeah, fam right there, y'all. Hell yeah. Shout out to mommy. So
that's my twin, right?
I love it. And your mom supports your music and everything. So then your mom and your pops, you know what I'm saying, separated, and you got to visit a lot of New York.
Yeah, New York is where I fell in love. So New York. My mom moved to New York, and I will have to go visit her in New York. She stayed in what is it? I'm trying to remember that. I know it was No, not Best Side. Okay. She said Best Side, Canarsie. Yeah.
No. I'm not from Washington Heights.
stayed on Washington Heights. I forgot which Columbus at, but it was a lot of where Dominicans at. But basically, she was renting a room, so we had to go see her in New York. You feel me? And when she would go to work, it would just be me and my sis in the room until she came back. Or like, we was cool enough to go outside and watch TV in the living room with the lady that that owned the apartment. So she used to leave, and all I had was CDs. You feel me? So there were CDs, TVs. At that time. You feel me? And then I would go. I was curious as a kid. I don't know why. I was just curious to go through music. You feel me? Like what I'm listening to. You feel me? My mom had a lot of R&B, a lot of shit, but it was this one CD that I played and it changed my fucking life.
Tell them.
It was Missy Elliott, Super Duper Fly.
Boom. You feel me? Yeah, I love that because Missy Elliott, it was a huge inspiration for me as well. But you could hear that type of inspiration in your music, like in I was just talking about it. Lord Bassetti, Get Nasty. You could hear Nerd, but that was that whole era with Missy Elliott. You could kind of hear in Lord Bassetti that whole cucaracha. I'm like, oh my god, yo, super super dope. So tell them like the other artists like Jay-Z and shit like that.
Yeah, I gotta. But before I go on, I gotta give Missy a props because I feel like Missy never get her flowers.
Yeah.
Missy was like, Missy was swag goo. Like you feel me? Like I never seen a female have that much swag and it was just effortless. Like she would come, she would have the big glasses, the overall, her curls would be right. She'd be like dancing in the video. I'm like, and then her finesse was just like she coming through with the steez at her right, and then she was always trying to flip her flows in her songs. Like she was never complacent. Like she'll be rapping on one song, and the next song she'll be like easy, easy, eyes, like she'll flip it and come through with like another choppy flow. And that shit just felt like she would just go and have. So I gotta give her flowers. She's like.
Shout out to Missy Elliott. Shout out to Missy Elliott. If you ever love the Missy Elliott song, shoot, Bula on some water. If you ever love the Missy
She not
Elliott
even saying
song.
it right. It's Bula. She said Bula.
Bula. Well, thank you for it.
Bula.
Look, bartender still had me. Look, he laughed at me though. Yeah, yo, I love Missy Elliott and I love Timberland too for the music that he produced as well. But give me some more.
She said, "Give me." I like that she did that segue.
That?
Yeah. So when I was in that apartment, like visiting my mom in New York, I was burning that CD out. Now, mind you, back then we had summer was long. You feel me? So I'm in New York from like May to like August. You feel me? Deep August. So I had I'm just listening to her shit and I'm just burning that shit out, right? Every day. And one day he tells me, "Yo, I see you always listening to music, bro. I got these for you." And he gave me a Busta Rhymes album. He was just like, "Listen to these and then tell me what you think." And I've been rapping ever since, bro.
Hee ha ha. Now you heard that of Steady with how it mixed in with Missy Elliott. Oh, y'all study this shit. But I could tell all when I was like, yo, I see where the kid coming from. But yo, Jay-Z back then, the hustler, that whole
But it was just that, like,
I'm glad that
those
you
are
brought that,
early.
though.
Those are early as far as inspiration because that's all I was around.
What about the songs?
As I got older and I started getting into the music that I like, that's the era that I guess I call it my golden era of like growing into music was Wayne,
Yeah,
T.I.,
yeah,
Jeezy,
yeah,
Kid Cudi,
yeah,
Kanye,
yeah.
Pusha.
Fuck that shit up.
You feel me? Those Big Crit.
Ooh, Big Crit nasty. Oh, I love me some
TD.
Big Crit.
I would listen to TD. You feel me? Kendrick
Yeah.
and those that Mac Miller. You get me? That
Mac
era
Miller,
of growing in high school was like when I got into my hip hop. That I feel like I was just doing homework on the greats already. Feel me? When I got into music, but then I had to figure out who I was as an artist. You know what I'm saying? And what's my sound and who I want to articulate. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I had to develop myself.
Do you know you're very inspiring to a lot of other people, even grown-ups? I feel like because I had somebody, that.
You crazy?
No, I ain't fucking around. I'm not with the fuck around. I ain't motherfucking lying. I'm telling you. I had somebody tell me that 92 mines? Yeah, they get crackers.
Great.
Because I had gold mine already on here. So you came through and I already talked, and I was like, yeah, okay. All right, this is something serious. Sorry, so you from Wynwood,
Yeah.
gold mine from gold mine.
From time.
Come through, come sit down with me. We finna bring gold mine on here. And we're gonna include the conversation because we're gonna include gold mine real
You gotta
quick.
get that picture? Nah. You
We
don't got the
gonna,
other one? I don't think so. Fuck it.
no, yeah, we're gonna include him real quick.
Look how high you is, bro.
I like this. Okay, yes, we're all in this.
I like that. Ha.
So go mine,
Yep.
go mine, Rex, Leoniduz. Welcome my audience members. Shout out. You from the town?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
You
ma'am.
from the town, boy?
T-O-L all day. Time is for life, man.
And Leoniduz is from Wynwood, and y'all from the old town. Y'all from
The
no,
way
for
she
real.
said it, funny. Y'all
Nah.
from the
Oh,
We
you
from the
talking about
non-gentrified
yeah.
era of
Yeah,
town.
yeah, y'all from. So this place wasn't as beautiful as it is.
No,
No, it was beautiful.
No. It was beautiful to us, but
To everybody
else,
yeah.
it was.
was
I
so
don't,
beautiful.
You can't.
I don't know if this is
America,
what,
man.
I don't know if you wanted to come around here when it was like that.
I mean, I could see Queen coming through.
Queen,
Yeah, Queen. Yeah, I could come.
But the people you see
I could
now,
come.
I feel like
God
the people
damn,
you
we
see
can
now
come
coming
through.
through Wynwood at a time like that. Like like one night I was passing out food to the homeless, and I just seen white people just walking through town as if it was just okay. I'm like, whoa.
And how do you feel about that now? Like now that you see everything, when you're like sitting back, you're like, yo.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. At first, I definitely used to be highly upset about the whole situation because I'm like, y'all deleting, like when I grew up on, it's all deleted. The old town I went to was being deleted. But then I had to look at it like it's probably for a reason. This shit had to happen because you know what I mean. How else people gonna want to change if they don't see a change in their neighborhood?
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about gentrification because let's talk about what it is, and then let's talk about the benefits of it. Because there's always some upside. We gotta think about it because every single urban underdeveloped neighborhood right now in all major cities are being gentrified, and gentrification is when they start actually moving out the residents from their homes because the housing that they may say that the housing is condemned. So then they deem the residents they need to go, and then because the property value is also low, the crime rates are high. So you tend to see a lot of residents not able to keep their homes. And then you see a lot of new people moving in, buying those areas up and changing it to what you see like Wynwood is very artistic. People want to hang out. When you talk about the older generation that's not around, the abuelitas and the abuelos that lost their homes, the people that really don't understand the culture of Wynwood and how many lives that it took, how many schools that got shut down, how many community centers that aren't able to be opened right now and actually service the community. How do you feel about
I mean, I feel like it's. I mean, I'm kind of on the fence with it. I mean, yes, I definitely feel bad for all the people that luckily grew up there and lost their homes and had to go find somewhere else to move into a whole new environment they probably know nothing of and had to start all over. I feel like it's definitely fucked up. But I feel like there's some pros to it. I ain't gonna say there's a lot of pros. I feel like there's some pros to it, to where like, you know what I mean? There is a change within the community. You feel me? From like again, like people wanting to pass out food to the homeless because at one point nobody was doing that because no one felt safe to do it.
it?
You feel me? So now that people are doing it now, it's like okay, cool.
That's a
Some
good
people in
benefit.
it, you feel me? That some people feeling comfortable enough to come into these hoods that they heard so many bad things about to come pass out food to the homeless. I also feel like it has its pros where like people like us can come together.
Yeah,
You feel
yeah,
me?
yeah.
And like
And
do
talk
stuff
about
like
it.
this and
Yeah.
talk about it. So I feel like like I said, it has its pros and its cons. Yeah, a lot of people lose their housing. A lot of people like feel like there's no way out. They feel like giving up. Like, yeah.
Yeah, benefit. What about you, Leonidas? How do you feel about the negative side of gentrification and the positive side? What do you see? Is there positive side?
I don't think
negative?
it's nothing positive about a community getting deleted. You feel me?
What do you mean deleted? Break that down. How do you feel like it's getting deleted? Not what
I
do you
don't know,
mean
because
behind
it's like I don't know how do I put it? Like gentrification is a game that we was never taught. You feel me? That
Absolutely.
It's like it's deeper than what people think when people be like, oh, people lost home. Some people didn't lose home, or some people actually sold they home. Like if you come from nothing and you broke, right? Your whole life you've been broke. Your whole life you don't come from nothing. You feel me? If they offer you a little bit of money, you gonna take it, right?
Then that's a positive thing. That wouldn't be a negative
No,
thing.
because you have a community that you giving up. You don't see the greater value of the community you already built.
Maybe because at that time that community doesn't have any value.
No,
Remember, if the
we was never taught self-value. So how do you think a group of people that's never taught self-value or perseverance or anything can actually sustain? If you give somebody that's poor, it's the same thing as if you give a cat that's never ate, I don't know, that's been starving for a minute. It's gonna take the food when you put it, bro.
Exactly.
So,
yes, but you got to see with gentrification a little bit of what it did do, because like Goldmine said, gentrification still now people feel safer to come in the community and feed homeless people. They feel
what
safer
community you talking about is already gone already?
Well, you're talking about the culture of the community.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking when I say community, I'm thinking the culture. I'm thinking like my grandma could walk outside and tell her, yo, watch my kids while they here's my nephew and my son. Watch I gotta go to the corner store and buy some food. You go to the corner store, they know you, yo, I don't got enough money. I'm gonna put it on my tab when I come back. Like you know these people already. You know what I'm saying? So once you start taking out that,
but these people decided
that's the community that you're
like
talking
you said, socioeconomics. These people decided to give up that. You know, hey, look, I ain't never had nothing. I want to sell my home. Now, Abuelita, I got a little condo out there on the beach. She good. She ain't got to raise her grandkids no more. She good. So that's a benefit.
But you lost. Then that's what I'm saying. We're never taught the essence of ownership. We're always taught to let go.
I guess
here comes Uncle Sam with some bread.
I think it's different because the ones who are still here, people get left behind, or they're see different.
Let's turn it around.
They losing their history. Like,
so you're talking about the culture.
Yeah. You lose. They lose their history. The people who bought out, they don't care about it anymore. That's why they bought out.
I don't want to look at it like that, because you still have a lot of the community trying to preserve the history. Like y'all still stay around the corner. Your mom's still, when
I'm still around in the area just for the simple fact of many things. You feel me? I gotta say personal, but it's not the same of the same community that I grew up in. You know
Of course not. Of course not.
You get here, like for instance. Recently,
but hold on, real quick on that note. I feel like I get what you're saying. Like, listen, when Jay-Z said on his album, don't basically don't give up the block, buy the block back. I agree with that notion. We should be educated in politics. We're not educated enough to know, oh my God, gentrification is coming in 5 years, because it doesn't come swiftly. Again, I seen it happen in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see it happen in Miami, but in Atlanta, I seen heavy gentrification when they're doing certain things. But you always gotta look. Why don't we let them be the leaders of what the culture should look like?
Nah, that's what I'm saying. That's what happens when you delete culture. When you start bringing a new people, I mean, new neighbors, culture, new way of thinking. You get what I'm saying?
It's not. I agree with that. The culture is gone.
That's just a game that I guess that we're learning right now. You know what I'm saying?
Before felt like family. Now it's like a stranger.
One people cousin, and every person don't leave her from it. I already know. I get what you're saying. I know. Nah, I feel it. I just want us. Wouldn't we want our kids? Because I'm an old country type of girl. I like small town type shit. So I like. Y'all don't kill the food table, okay? Y'all don't be too loud with that food table, okay? So, okay. No problem. Thank you. I'm wearing a good holster.
Got a bad boys Mike Larry holster on.
Y'all see me? But hell yeah, okay, so gentrification, nah, you ain't with this shit. We already know you're on that shit. Alright,
She don't want to get me riled up.
Let's
I
keep
still
the
wanna
book.
see
Let's
it.
keep the book.
Not even
all
that.
changed.
All this talk about like when it comes to that revolutionary shit, I'm with it 1,000.
I love it. So,
Oh, he's a very militant young man.
so what you feel about what's going on with the neighborhood and the crime? Crime rates, crime.
Miami scamming like crazy, especially they fucking up with the working class people, man.
Yeah, did you? Their slick ain't no type of working class people. The gap between the rich and the poor is goddamn like this. Their slick ain't no middle class damn near anymore.
Nah, well, you gotta work
Shit's
like
terrible.
2 to 3 hustles to survive out here.
Yo, facts.
Gas like $50.
Yo.
For some people, depending on what car you got right now. So,
Oh, did you hear about that new goddamn deal that they're trying to? I think you posted on your story the new deal. Talk about that shit, man. Man, part that shit up, man. Tell them something, man. Let these folks know. This boy is motherfucking smart as hell.
no.
But yes, boy, we be nah. When it comes to these two men, yo, I be talking to them, and yo, number one, okay, we got. They remind me of Outkast.
We are not outcasts.
No, they remind me of Outkast because they're so different, but so together. So if I'm talking to Goman gonna spit their shit, okay? Like Tupac gonna tell me about some shit. Okay, Goman gonna talk. But I talk about him, he telling me everything about what's going on with Louis. So he's just a Spike Lee. So he had on his page a couple of weeks ago about how they're actually building the new
David Beckham said
yeah, and how it's going to be fucking us over. And I mean, as taxpayers, as residents, it's going to be the Miami residents, the Miami residents. Period. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're building a Beckham Stadium. They're trying to put money into that. My thing is this, like it's crazy how I don't know. They say the love for money is the root of all evil.
Yeah,
right?
the love for money is the root of all evil.
Not money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, no. The
So
love
I feel like it's just crazy to me how people can just be that greedy. Like, bro, you got a house, you got this, you got 30 cars, 50 houses. What more do you want, bro? Like one house with like 50 rooms enough already. And you want like 5 or 6 of them shit? Like that's
like
crazy
the
to me.
over gluttony. Yeah,
There's people that's like in the starving, people like need it, and like people just want. How the fuck you have all that and you still want more on top of that? That's to me. That's like you gotta be sick in the head like that. So wrong.
Yeah.
Like you just mad greedy.
Just have that mentality where like, shit, this my shit. I got my shit. Like it's fuck all the other shit. Basically, that's the mentality that a lot of rich people have that do get that money together. They're like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of black successful rich men in the world that
don't
think
hear
just
about.
like men, the power that they gain.
It's always about power.
Let's just say pure point blank, we're ran like a business. We are a business. We're capitalist nation and money is power.
Everywhere you work at is a business.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
At period, there is nothing left after that. That's sad because what is it going to take? Real change, real change. Like we don't want to be socialists. We don't see the thing about being a socialist is it kind of so being a socialist means that everybody gets the same opportunity, same chance of everything. Nobody gets one up. But then wouldn't that be unfair for the motherfuckers that overwork this shit?
You know what's changing now? My grandma used to say this shit to me all the time. One day you're gonna live enough to see that what's right is gonna be wrong and what's wrong is gonna be right. Everything's gonna flip.
That's happening.
It's happening right now. My grandma used to always say that, hey, you're gonna live and you're gonna see one day everything that we live in that.
Oh my God. Y'all heard about that?
What's that?
Oh, let me get into my politics. First and foremost, oh my God, look at my audience member paying attention. Thank you. I locked eyes with y'all. Y'all heard Roe versus Wade. I see guys like, yeah. So we're not going to speak condescendingly. We're going to talk openly. So we're going to talk about abortions. Please, anybody's uncomfortable, this is that heads up. You know what I'm saying? Just want to make sure.
Oh, you're taking it there?
Yeah, we're taking it.
We went from music to real.
Yeah. Oh no, this is hip hop and politics. This is hip hop and politics. So we're talking about it. So
it's
if
about to
anybody
get real.
feels uncomfortable, yeah. If anybody feels uncomfortable, just please step out for a second. But we're going to talk about this and respectfully, everybody's opinion is their own. Don't make me kick your ass. Okay, bam.
Bam.
I love these effects. Thank you. Roe versus
You
Wade.
need to give him a button.
So Roe versus Wade was the historical case that actually allowed women to have the choice to overturn, because the government, I'm going to leave my opinions out of it, but now it is being overturned by many states. They're trying to overturn it, and they're trying to not women to abort their child. Okay, let's leave it at that. Period. I feel Queen feels, Queen Delilah, I'm thinking you fall for fucking anything. So I'm gonna put my point here and let anybody else feel. I feel that, okay? I feel that it is a free country. We have came too goddamn hard, long, far, hard, fought too many goddamn wars for me to tell anybody what to do with their body. Religion and sex is something you keep in the bedroom and you keep at church. Don't involve anybody else in it. Do what you want with your body. I don't tell men what to do with their balls. I'm not forcing a vasectomy on you. Don't force for me to have abortions or to keep any. That is none of your goddamn concern. We're gonna leave it at that. But I do feel like it's wrong to bring in this personal topic after it's been decided into politics again. I think it is a hidden agenda and a motive, and I don't like it. Period. Wrong. Abraham Lincoln, after he passed, okay, and party still pushed for black people to be.
Oh,
So, yeah, period. Yeah, nigga about to start a cipher. So we were actually part of the Republican Party, but through things like certain after the Great Depression, a lot of the government systems, and so I believe that was around Eisenhower when he built a lot of the highway systems and shit like that. Am I right? Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm working off of the fucking memory here, but thank you. But yeah, so we became very dependent on a lot of those government programs, and through the years, like the early 60s and 70s, early like after school program, like the free lunch program, free breakfast program, those were initiatives from the Black Panther Party. But again, because of that, minority people began to merge to the Democratic Party. But now, let's not mistake it, now the statistics show that white Anglo-Saxon, aka white people, I don't like using that word because don't call me nothing black, I have culture. So white Anglo-Saxon people are actually the ones dependent on this system, but nobody talks about it because why? It's taboo, and also a derogatory connotation to say black people are dependent on the system. But really, if you are dependent on the system, because out the fucking air.
damn.
She just dropped knowledge on your ass. Where the bomb at? Boom!
Flex spot.
Thank you for
New York City.
Yo,
Trust me.
I need a DJ. I need a DJ. Hola.
She finally said it right.
Hola. Said it right? Yeah. Yeah, baby. Make sure you follow me. Hip Hop Politics Inc. We dropping gems
You
on
started like KRS-One.
Yo, make sure. So
What I think it is, they're doing. I think they're trying to get over turn now.
Profit.
I think they're trying to get it overturned now because enough to work. And
yes. Population control.
That's ridiculous. It's practically breeding them.
Yes.
I want to hear.
Because black people do not have a problem. I'm not going to say black people. I'm going to say, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
I apologize. The black community does not have a problem, or I'm sorry, with infertility. Let's put that out there. There's no issue with infertility. So why are you pushing this? Now, please, population control. You said that. Let's talk about that. Sorry. I'm sorry.
You want to get there?
Yeah. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I believe in aliens.
For real?
Talk to me about anything. Yes. A pandemic.
Oh
pandemic.
man. So you think the pandemic was a conspiracy?
Just to piggyback off the abortion topic, it's like abortion clinics was predominantly in black communities.
Yep.
So for that purpose,
Population control.
You don't see them as easily accessible in the suburbs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So they black, somebody Hispanic, they just pull up to
You want to hear a crazy story? Y'all know about the donating blood shit, right? The
What?
trust, right?
No, tell me. Educate me.
All right, so Check me out. You know how they always go? They go to the schools in the hoods to donate blood, right? And then we go donate blood and we get like a box of pizza, right? Crazy that they giving you a box of pizza for your blood. People don't even know how much their blood costs. That's wild. I don't even know how they get away with this type. Donate blood, but can I keep my own blood because it's my blood? They were like, no, you can't do that. So why can't I just give you my blood and save it for me if I have an emergency? They were like,
true.
no.
True.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like keep your own shit in case of
Like God forbid anything happens, you got your own blood. They're like, no. So what they're trying to do is take your shit, take it to the hospital, flip it. Yo, I need about 15K for this, because there's people that need a certain type of blood. So you're telling me for this shit, but you're gonna make money off of it. That is insane.
Let's talk about organs. Organ trafficking.
Yo,
Y'all never heard of that? Yo, listen. Let's talk about it.
They gonna hit him with a sniper.
If you think about it, it's the same thing you just said.
Shut the podcast off.
You sign up as an organ donor, right? So you die in some accident.
God forbid.
They remove this life-saving organ. They're gonna take it to the hospital. The person that's in the hospital, their insurance is gonna charge $50,000 for the surgery.
Yeah,
So
absolutely right.
they're off of people's lives, basically.
Yeah.
Why do we have to go?
And somebody is giving away these organs for free.
My thing is, why do we pay to go to the hospital?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's crazy. Like, isn't healthcare should be something that everybody should have?
Yeah. Canada pushed that. Canada is big on that, but Obamacare allows that now. Oh, let's talk about that.
I don't
shit.
even know how that. I'm to be honest with you. Not even trying to sound ignorant or whatever.
It's like no, nobody's ever ignorant, yo. We're just misled. Fuck you mean? Fuck out of here. No, I think although with the Obamacare plan, it's like you have to be insured. If you're not insured, you get fined. You could go for Medicaid. Now they have like a marketplace.
Insured, like what do you mean? Like I have to have my own insurance?
Yes, you have to be covered through insurance. You have to have medical insurance for yourself.
But I thought that's with the Obamacare.
Yes, but even it's on you. What do you know anything about the Obamacare? Yeah.
It's terrible.
Okay, well.
The insurance company, and they say you must buy for insurance, right? But that is not a good thing. This is not helping.
Yeah, of children and families at one point or another, and I got into look at my executive producer. I'm gonna tell you, you change. When I got into college, I went in as a Democrat. When I left college, I'm still a senior now. I'm almost coming into a neutral phase. I'm not Republican yet, but I do see that I'm in a different tax bracket. So I pay for a lot more. So shit hurts a lot more. So I used to be the kid watching like what I would call like rich people pointing at homeless people on the street. Like, I pay for your insurance, go get a job. And then now I'm the working person that's like, go get a goddamn job because I have to work. But what I will say is working for Department of Children and Families, and I was the person that they would call for food stamps, for Medicaid, and hearing people all fucked up, I would say it's worth it. The fucking money I give is worth, because to hear someone has cancer medicine or they can't take care of the kids or they know they're going to die, but it just fucking saves them. Give it, fuck it, $30. Here you go.
What about charity?
What do you mean?
Charity donates billions of dollars. Like Americans, they donate billions of dollars to charity every year.
Oh, charity?
To supplement that safety net, because they believe that should exist for people.
I think some things we need a cap on, definitely. I don't believe in monopolization. I think that's where you're going with it. The monopolization that healthcare, pharmaceutical companies have on the American people. It is unfair.
Healthcare is not a right. It's a technology.
What's healthcare?
Healthcare was invented. The MRI machine. This is something invented because there's a system that has money going into it, and funding and research and development. And without that funding, you don't get the MRI. You don't get the cure for smallpox. You don't get the cure for polio. Without that funding, you have Canada, where you go into the emergency room with a broken arm. 8 or 9 hours later, you're still sitting in the emergency room with a broken arm.
Mm-hmm.
This is the difference between healthcare is a human right, and healthcare is something that you feel safe. Now,
Even when you don't need it. That's what you're trying to say.
well, especially when you don't need it.
Okay,
The government
okay.
tries to force
'Cause
you
I'm
to
like,
buy stuff that you don't need.
Like the broken arm, I think when this plan was invented, because they talk a lot about it, Obamacare. I think when Obamacare was invented, he was more looking out for the people that couldn't afford health care, the older people. I think it was more invented
We've
for
had
older
Medicaid
people.
since the 70s.
Yes, but not a lot of people get covered. Because if you get Social Security check, you don't get Medicaid. You have to sometimes pay for your own insurance. Now you get Medicaid with an SSI check. I think it was to cover the many millions of Americans that couldn't afford it, but for the older generation, because young people now can work.
But do young people need health care like old people?
Most young people weren't actually getting health care. If you notice, I'm sorry with my hand in front of the camera.
Right.
If you notice, most young people weren't getting health care. Older people's population. So this one law passing did affect many.
So should we force young people to get health care under Obamacare, like we force an old person to be on Social Security?
But let's look at the statistics of that. And I'm going to wait on you to do it, but I want to find out the statistics later on. Let's bring it back up. Tell me, are younger people mostly on Obamacare in comparison to older people on Obamacare? Because that would give us a gist. No.
I would say no.
No. Don't say, but don't say, but you know, hip hop politics, we're fact-based. Let's find out the statistic and find out now, presently, 2022, are younger people on Medicaid? Because if they're not, then yes, that would be a point that no, younger people shouldn't be forced to choose on the choose Medicaid. But if you see over 60% of people that's on this Obamacare Medicaid are older people, then boom, we got our reasoning why, and it was still for the benefit. $30
for you, but then when Joe Schmo off the street goes into the hospital with a broken arm, it's $5,000.
$5,000, but I get said, yes, in this world, you got to pick the lesser evil. So fuck it, for 30 you want. I'll take it. To each his own. Fuck it. My soul is $30. What would you? How do you feel about that? The taxation of Medicaid and the coverage and American being covered on Medicaid. How do you feel? It's a touchy topic. You can tell.
And if I'm saving lives, I'm going for it. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. Okay. Bam. Okay. So
I think there's a certain humanity in that. Healthcare should be a human right. There's a certain humanity in helping somebody who can't help themselves.
yeah.
I'm all about saving the world. Save the fucking world. I'm gonna do it. I don't give a fuck what I gotta pay. At the end of the day. You know what I mean? I just feel like
it's supposed to be like the greatest country in the world.
We are
It's supposed
supposed to.
nation. Like you can't let somebody die just because they can't afford it.
I think I see both sides. I play devil's advocate a lot. You guys know me. If you know me personally, I'm gonna play both sides. I'm gonna fuck because fair is fair. But what I will say is, the world needs more love. It just fucking needs.
Say it again.
Love.
Wait.
The world needs love. It's about to make me cry. The world needs more love. If we stop,
We got a song like that.
we definitely have. We have multiple songs like that. I got songs like
Hold
that
on.
myself.
And let's get in this topic right here.
I ain't gonna lie. That's my favorite topic to talk about because definitely the world does lack
more.
it needs
And
like
love.
people
We
lack
need
heart
love.
today, man.
Yeah,
No
man.
compassion.
It's like
No compassion.
it's no compassion.
Because they stuck to this shit all day, right?
It ain't even just that though, bro. It ain't even just the phone. It ain't even just the phone no more, bro. That shit stems from the crib, bro. That's how you fucking raised. If you raised without love and compassion, bro, you're never gonna have that shit. It's gonna be hard to find that shit as you get older. So when you're trying to find that love that you lacked for so long, you're gonna become a grumpy ass person.
Or bitter. People become bitter. But I'm gonna say on my theory with love. No, Leoniduz. Okay.
What?
Okay. You want to say something on top of what Gomez said?
No, I think what Goma said is all true. Also, I just feel like, just the simple thing of like people need to spread. Stop trying to. Love is not a business transaction. It's unconditional love.
But also,
Your mom doesn't. I don't know everybody's situation, but like.
My mom don't do shit with me with the dishes.
Yeah,
my
you
mom
feel
do
me?
shit because she just love it. But most people don't have that though. That's
but
the thing.
let me tell you why some people been so fucked up and hurt. But let me tell you even deeper why. Let me tell you this theory about love I have. Okay, I love love, and I'm the most in love person. I fall in love with shit and people. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why.
You like shit?
Sometimes you
love
guys know I eat booty, but listen.
Oh, time out.
Listen on this.
Not on the podcast.
Listen, no, definitely on the podcast. If you hear me weekly, you'll definitely hear me talk about this. But let me tell you about this. When it comes to love, so many. Listen real quick. So many people are used to wanting this. Is my cup full, or is it? So many people, they're so hung up on my cup full. You'll always be able to pour back into your cup.
Facts.
Number two,
cathedral.
I love that. Ooh.
Church.
Amen. And then number two, why be so worried about being the liquid in the cup that dissolves when in actuality you're the cup, you're the structure.
Yes.
It'll
Can you
always,
say it again, man?
It'll always
For the
hold
people in the
something.
back that didn't hear it.
So
didn't
you
hear.
don't need to worry about,
Never need
you
to
know, you don't need to worry about, yo, will I find love again? Will someone love me? Will, you know, all this? No, listen, you are loved. You're walking in that shit every fucking day, all the time. You are an affirmation yourself. When you stand up and look in the mirror, you're an affirmation for everything that you are when you look at yourself. From how cute you are to how smart you are to whatever the fuck you do wildly, that's a fucking affirmation. So, you know, you are loved. Like, yo, the world needs more love, fam. Like, it just fucking needs love.
The only way people can spread love and give that love not only to the world but to themselves, they got to know that for themselves. Though. They have to know that. If they don't know that, you can't
but
spread.
Listen, I can't be trying to love you and you
No,
don't know
that's
that
but that's what I'm saying.
I ain't gonna be giving out my love and you're not reciprocating it.
Hold up, I got you. But look though, because
we're gonna get gangster.
Nah, but look though, people can be taught love. People can be taught how to love themselves. People can be taught how to share love. It's just all in how you perceive it and how you take that in within yourself. Because I have conversations with the bro all day, every day. And that's one thing we always talk about is giving each other flowers. Like he had that for Missy. A lot of people don't give Missy her love and her flowers. But within her camp and in her circle, they do. You know what I mean? So it just takes the people you put yourself around. If you got solid motherfuckers around you, then them solid motherfuckers gonna show you what real love is. It's gonna be unconditional no matter what. No matter
that's the word
right.
again.
You're
Unconditional.
It's all in who you're. That's why I say it starts from the crib. It may not be you may not be taught love in your family, but the family that build around
like
your
a dog.
will
like a
teach you.
Like a dog.
No.
Like for real, like
nah, like no, but damn, we don't know.
Nah, but that's true though.
That's true.
That's
true. A dog. There's dogs that been mistreated and all shit. Like they will come.
They
back.
still will show you love. They still be there for you and show you that love.
Yeah. When they be wounded.
It's like I said on this one podcast I was on with my boy non-stop. Like I'm
Shout
type of like I said, I'm the type of person.
Them a dog.
I'm the type of person where like you can do me wrong, right? You can do me wrong. You can throw my face in the dirt, and I'm gonna still be there for you. Because at the end of the day, like when people make mistakes, if you can't overlook people's mistakes, bro, you're not you because you're not perfect either. And that's another thing that people live in. That's the reason why we can't show love in the world because everybody think they're so fucking perfect. And that their shit don't stink. And when you continue to walk with that type of mindset in your head that your shit don't stink, then you will forever be.
It's all about me. That's what they put. That's what everybody. That's what everything pushes nowadays. It's all about me. Push.
But you know, people also have expectations, and that's where that comes from. Like when you don't have an expectation, hurt people. But when you don't have an expectation, it's easier to accept somebody's mistakes and flaws. Like, listen, you're not fucking perfect, neither am I. But I'll ride with you though. Joe, ride with me though. That's it. Like when you expect somebody to be that flaw, mistake that they made is so upsetting. Stop having expectation and just love people for where they're at. Meet people where the fuck they at.
What's scary is when you don't realize that you have love around you all along.
Until that shit gone.
And then now you start like, you didn't appreciate it.
And that's one thing I always tell my brother. That's one thing I appreciate him for because, like, honestly, like I say, man, this nigga went to high school together. You know what I mean? We fell apart, like, you feel me, but came back. Ever since we came back and rekindled our friendship, it's been nothing but love shown.
Tell me that drama.
We ain't
My
fighting for no
insane
weird shit.
ass,
It's just the
huh?
fact that, like, you know, people get older and they grow and they just
Yeah.
go separate ways.
Yeah.
He graduated
Yeah.
before me. You know what I mean? So it's like I didn't know I was gonna meet this man 8 years later. I didn't know that. But when I met him and I seen this nigga at the studio and we working with the same producer, from that point on, man, this man talk on the phone every day. I've literally cried in front of this man.
Oh, that's beautiful. No, that's brother. We
Like,
talking about
that's
love
what I'm
here.
saying. Like, that's unconditional
Brother.
right there. Like, I can literally come to this man about all my fucking problems, and he'll sit there and listen about the same 10 problems I done told him about 7 days straight. And I'm coming with another 7 days, 14 days in a row, you done heard about the same 10 problems. And the fact that he don't judge, that's where that love comes. That's what that unconditional love is.
Who am I to judge?
Now, real quick question based on what you're saying. How is it actually upholding a male relationship? And remember, both of y'all are strong-minded, strong personality. You have, y'all best friends, y'all in business together. What does it take to have that type of bond as a male? Saying keep it going.
Honesty.
Loyalty.
And honesty.
Hold on. Yeah, honesty and loyalty. I think that's what it takes. I don't fuck with nobody that doesn't have honesty or loyalty. If you tell me straight up, bro, I don't like you. That I fuck with you because you told me in my face you don't like me. Now I know
That's real.
I don't like you. Cool. You feel me? But all that other shit, all that sneaky and
All
all
that trying
that
to
shit,
sugarcoat
This
shit.
and
Right.
don't
I don't like that.
at me with that
But
shit.
what to piggyback on that and your question, this is my answer. I feel like what builds our relationship anything is the fact that we don't sugarcoat shit with each other.
Yeah, we don't.
Like if you can sit here in my face and you know I'm fucking up and just tell me, boy, you doing great. I know you lying. I'ma distance myself from you.
I don't do that. I go, hey, bruh,
and let me know I'm fucking up.
you don't fucked up.
Yeah.
I need people around me that tell me, hey, you fucking up.
I don't give a fuck. You know how many times
How do men take that though?
Sometimes
How do men take that egotistically? How do men take that like, yo, nigga?
Because remember, men as
You want to see the example?
Yeah.
it's just a little bit.
You just
and,
like
and the reason why it's like that because most niggas when they are dead that much, you can literally tip them with your finger. But when they feel like they that high, niggas stay on the pedestal and they put themselves on that. So that's what that whole nigga, who the fuck is you to tell me what to do? You ain't doing that I'm not doing that I already haven't tried. And that's when that.
How do y'all beat that? How do y'all beat that? From beating that chest.
I mean.
Okay.
See, when you got two people that come from the same environment, what they're trying to overcome, that's where it dies.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like we
That
not.
pride shit.
We not.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not. It's
more
not.
Like, at the end of the day, it's still like that pride shit still kicks in because at the end of the day, we're still men and we're still human. We still make mistakes. But when you can be mad enough to be like, bro, I apologize for coming at your neck like that. I know you were just trying to tell me something that's beneficial for me. Like again, like you feel me?
Yeah.
Like you have to separate that shit, especially when it comes to real friends. You have to separate that pride shit.
But that's where it's like you said, loyalty and honesty.
Yeah.
You know that he's loyal, so the honesty that he's giving you, you don't got to.
How do you get loyal to somebody? They got to be close to you, right?
Exactly. Y'all gotta go through.
A motherfucker that's not loyal is not even close, and that therefore you can't be loyal if you're not close to somebody, right?
Y'all survive.
I can't say that. I can't say that.
I think loyalty is built through the things.
Relationship. It's relationship. Loyalty is relationship. See how see saying but loyalty is based off relationship.
Let me hear your opinion because I don't agree, but let me hear your opinion. I would like to hear.
It's a friendship. Any ship is a relationship with somebody. Like it's all reciprocal. You're not getting the same love from somebody else. Why you give that love?
Exactly.
Because
that's the love you all have for each other. You can correct because it's love.
It's love. That's what the bridge is. The bridge is the love. You feel
but
me?
a lot of people.
But what if like I just met homie? I'm sorry to interrupt. What if like let's just say it's not a guy, like it's a female. Like I just met her, and my best friend right here, and I met people that supported me more than my family did, and were loyal to coming through, making sure they were there.
Okay. But just because they're listening to what you're saying, that your family won't listen to you, doesn't mean they're giving the right things so you can hear to do on yourself.
Oh, true. Okay, I see what you're saying. Differentiate.
Don't know you. Like,
Yeah. So support is support, but progressive life. Okay.
My own bullshit.
True.
And
Point
And
taken.
That's
Point
the trick
taken.
right there. That's loyalty.
Yeah, point taken.
Over
But
time,
I
it's
still
gonna
feel like
happen.
you could build. I still feel like you could build loyalty based off like first, like I don't know you from a campaign, you don't know me from a campaign, right?
Yeah.
Say we have a conversation one day, right?
Yeah.
And like now, that conversation was a real conversation from both ends, right? That from that point on, that conversation can also build loyalty just off that one conversation. Because
true.
now,
I agree.
yeah, like you gotta know, but but from a nigga from the streets, you gonna know like when nigga bullshit, you know. That's what I'm saying. Like as I said, this is a real conversation. Like my boy Ash got.
If you don't know your homeboy mama, it's not loyal.
See, no.
If you don't know your homeboy mama, it's not loyal.
You can't say that shit.
I think
Because not everybody wants you to meet their family, brother. They family all.
So that means that's what I'm saying. If
Hold on,
you
hold
get
on,
really
right.
close, they don't beat to your
I think
crib,
there's a
bro.
moment- I think there's a moment in any relationship. I think there's a moment in any relationship.
Hold on. Let me hear it.
Right?
Let me hear it real quick.
I think there's a moment in any relationship where like you have a serious need and you see the other person sacrifice for you, and that's when you know like somebody will go the lengths for you. Like
That's what I'm saying.
And that may not have to be time.
It don't have to be time, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's
what
not have to really be time.
at all.
Yeah.
That can even hurt them. They do that to you on the show.
So is it
like,
a
all right,
sacrifice?
this person gonna move
Yeah.
in this way
Yeah.
for me.
Is it a sacrifice?
Love, if love don't hurt, it's not a sacrifice.
Why love gotta hurt?
Because it's a sacrifice.
Hell no. It don't gotta
Hey,
fucking
man,
hurt.
Jesus sacrificed himself.
Nah. We ain't go that deep. We gotta go.
Oh, but we
Gotta go religion.
Oh, you really don't believe in religion?
Come on.
You don't believe in religion?
Definitely. No. I believe. I'm gonna say my shit. You know, I always gotta stand.
Let's not get into religion. Let's not get
No.
into
Let me say it.
I'm with it.
Why? Yeah, I'm with it. I actually wanna go on and let these boys this morning take a break and set up for their performance. That you're trying to look for God, I commend you. Whatever it is, I just want to live righteously. I just want to do the right thing. I don't. You feel me? And I don't. Every Jesus, every Muhammad, every Christian, that part, I just think all religions are
Just different paths.
that's
of
it.
life.
Period. Leave it at that. Word. That's you. I go to your church. I pull up. Yeah. Whatever. Oh, we going to Mecca? Oh, I've never been there. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah. You know.
Cause that's like me. I'm a Christian, and that's one thing that I know Jesus walked by was love, and I hate it. You know, he sacrificed himself for the world. That's what I read in my holy Bible. You know what I mean, most people
In my holy
Bible. You know, a lot of people read from the Quran about Muhammad. You feel me? A lot of people, study Buddha and Hinduism and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it all teaches about love, teaches about good and evil and shit like that, and the principles. So
it's all the same story. It's up to want to wish you for you. Plain and simple.
So, any last words? Any what was listen.
We
We have so much
Feel free
questions.
to ask questions and anything.
Please. And walk up to these artists and network. Yes, the hell we will. And walk up to these artists, get their handles. And you know what I mean? Pipe up, hip hop politics for Queen Delilah. We're gonna take an intermission. That's it. Day 90. 92 miles. Go on.
Sure.
Are we performing?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
But we're gonna give y'all you want to next to you. Listen, you don't want to talk to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just asked a question.
Yeah.
I just asked a question. That's all I have.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Good. Bro, you gotta go on the podcast.
day. That's what we wake up and say, thank God, and we say, not today. I don't remember how I got home. I remember I had like a whole book of fucking liquor. Oh, that's about it. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I remember the last thing I remember. I said my. I said that's like the only. And I had a big ass cigar. Yes.
Really? But yeah, no, like you guys how many people do you want that?
Well,
Oh,
we're starting
is
to,
it mod?
yes, podcast, but we're starting to bring up the visual cues and that sucks because pandemic, and plus, I want to see plus, I just see mass, but I just don't sexualize. No, sorry, I just see it put on my face.
Anonymity is.
No, Fabi got the partner.
Yo, I was loving the thing.
Everybody signs this one, right? He who lost their taxes. This is a great part of the story, but they stopped there. My favorite part comes right after. Jesus goes up to crying, you know,
I think it's right in the corner. The speaker.
After that question, it's a new interview. Now it's not even going around the stage. But yeah, this big government account. No, she's right. She was saying, wasn't created. Oh yeah, I mean, I couldn't find Rosie Wade because I didn't say anything. That's greatest time of all. They put it out there. The target of the wow. Why do you tell us
The fuck was that? Simon, you're banned from the pool table, bro.
was
Not anymore. Had enough of shit.
So when I talk about politics, these are the moments that we as trying to make this politics. You guys are my people. You
Mine. You hear anything coming out of that speaker there? Oh, it's going? Okay, cool.
So just like incentivize people to go. All these fucking nonsense words that you gotta look up in terms of.
Hello. The channel 1 works. Okay, but
You got the mic hooked up. What we're gonna do is
I got your mic working, but not their mic.
what's gonna happen is I'm gonna
He
switch.
wants to try it out for the Sabian wants to try it out for the podcast too. But we definitely get that going. We'll definitely do that performance and everything for sure. Yeah, that'll work. I think they're just gonna have to use that mic for the rest of the podcast. But are you guys still doing the podcast or just
If you die, 75% was well by what you would be considered. If you have the same amount of money, 75% got donated. You wouldn't have.
He would have been a god king. Caesar bloodline, and his bloodline even after.
So this is called the game of empire. This is something that plays out throughout history.
The Catholic Church back point, like it's so the first person he paid, and he finds out so he wants to know what the evil of the
video of just if you want that video.
This mic? Alright, got you. Alright. Hey, yo, no, I don't. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Because this mic is actually going. This mic is actually. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
He built 14
This mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check, mic check. A little bit, I think so.
Okay, so you're going on back on the podcast, or you're gonna start the show?
I
I
mean,
can hear the speaker on for sure.
Because I set this up for the show.
Okay,
Okay,
that.
so it's
Oh, okay. Okay, thank
I
you.
already set that up. I don't know if you want
Okay, thank you for.
more straight to the
Let me take a
performance.
video.
Okay,
First,
yeah.
I'll say something in the
Sprinkle Lila.
quick shot too.
Yeah, I love it. Let me go
I
ahead
was
and
gonna
see
say
that.
we were gonna turn the table this way.
We're gonna pivot the table and pull it somewhat this way. And then we're gonna pivot like this way. Oh, and we're still running live, baby. And I love it because we're still going through here and we're still live. And I'm still gonna let you can see we still got y'all set up. So my podcast is actually catching up. We ready for you. We ready for you, Dan. All right, give me about 2 more minutes. Let me go ahead and set up your music on the big speaker.
What's on?
And then my feature artist.
You said you could stay high, took the 220 ride by. What? No, for sexy. What? No, for sexy. Concerts, all these concerts, these two hot shots, I stop. You can work you to get involved, if I get taken right like every fish off. See? You said you could stay and women stop to say why. Ta 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 see? La 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 la. Okay, okay, hey, okay, hey. Let's go, man. Goddamn. Coordinated, oh shit, goddamn.